Hello.
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 Different tub.
Different talk. Different.
I was thinking that in case somebody took our name, we could pivot to like tub talk.
Tub talk. I think it's a thing. It is a thing. And nobody asked. Isn't technically our name, but we should have it as our name. We're gonna hire lawyers. We said this before.
I'm hiring my
We're out
lawyer.
to get you.
Yeah.
As a little backstory, we did post on social media saying that our podcast would be out Sunday night at 7. It was not. We've had a couple of issues. So we filmed an entire episode last week and it all got deleted. So we didn't notify anyone because, again, does anyone care? I don't think so. So we're going to do our part 1 and part 2 now.
But
Okay.
we've got a good idea of the direction we're going in.
Well, we think.
I know.
Oh my God, there's so much room in here.
I know. You know what it is? I think your tub was
What
What
about my tub?
Yeah, let me we're going to be honest.
Okay, go.
Yours was it was almost round.
Yeah, it was. Yours is more like...
Yours is a classic round tub.
This one's deep.
I'm sorry too if my breath smells like onions because I had a salad
Oh, that's fine.
with some red
I
onions
can't
in
smell.
there.
That's so delicious. Yum.
Oh my God.
I love a
dude.
salad.
A red onion. Oh my God.
A red onion?
You know, a red onion, like a raw red onion. Is that crazy?
Yeah.
You don't like chop up a red onion and put it in your salads or
Only if
anything?
I'm having it with tzatziki. I can't
Interesting.
Yeah. But that's good for you though.
Does anyone else? I just love red onion. But yeah, we're going to talk about swimming. And I had a nightmare the night after we filmed it about my dad was like, "You got to go to practice." And I was like, "I don't want to do this anymore."
No way. That's terrifying. That's so scary.
I have like reoccurring swimming dreams. Do you?
I have some swimming dreams and I'll wake up in a panic feeling like, well, that's different. But I do think about swimming. No, this is I'll wake up thinking that I've missed swim practice.
Yes.
Even though I'm like 3 years out, 3 years.
Yes.
But it's like the pressure because if we weren't on the pool deck by 6:15, we were late. Like we were sent home. You had to be there at like 6:14 to make it in. So it was always such a stressor, and I don't know. I think that's why. But
yeah,
I don't know.
I do. I have.
Funny, though.
I don't know if because were you ever late? Did that ever happen to you? Like that
Once.
you were late? I actually remember that happening.
I cried.
And I felt so bad.
Because you just it's like not really a big deal looking out from it now.
No.
But in the moment, I think I was a freshman and my coach was like...
Was it you and Arnie?
It might have been Arnie or it might have been Anna because I was rooming with her.
Oh, okay.
And he was like, nope, out. And we were like, no.
It's crazy.
It was, yeah.
It is.
That's college swimming for
college
you.
Varsity in Canadian terms. Yeah, I don't think I was ever late to I actually got worried for a second. I thought you were crying. I like looked over and you were like sniffing. You're like,
it's really the PTSD.
I was like,
No, not yet.
But I don't know. Not constantly, but frequently I have a dream that I am, I did a 5th year of college swimming because of COVID.
She was really good too.
Oh my gosh. And you were really good too.
Oh, thanks.
You were better than I was.
Stop. No. Oh my God. Okay, continue with your story.
That I keep adding on years where like I keep coming back.
Oh God.
I'm like year 6, year 7. And I'm like,
when's it gonna end?
It doesn't stop. And I'm like always out of shape, like trying to keep up. And
oh my
but
God.
like, and it feels so real where like I'm like in it, and I'm like I'm going up to like our swim coach Jimmy, and I'm like, is this really a thing I can do a 6th year? And he was like,
yep.
Yeah, kid, get in the water. And I'm like,
that's so terrifying.
And then I wake up and I'm like,
oh thank God. That's crazy.
Yeah.
I feel like that is not normal. No, it's normal, but like for swimmers maybe, but like the stress.
Yeah, it
stays with you.
It does.
It really does.
And yeah, we're both 3 years out.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
I know.
3?
Yeah. It feels like it, but it doesn't at the same time. Like, I think back to it and I'm like, I just don't understand how we did it. We had practice 11 times a week. So twice every day.
Just thinking back to the episode we filmed, and you were like
Monday,
Tuesday,
Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday morning would be like a long test set practice. And there'd be like weights, whatever on, I don't even remember what days. But then we would go to class, and then we would come home from a 2-hour practice in the afternoon and do homework and eat. Like, I don't know how we had time for anything. Like, I really don't, because I do like 2 hours of productive work, and I'm like, I need a break.
I totally, yeah. No. I saw a meme where it's like, I sent one email, and I was like, oh, yeah, that was a lot.
I deserve
and it kind of, I think about that all the time, where like I send an email, and I'm like, oh my God, it was so much work. I had to take it and paste it into ChatGPT.
Oh, the horror.
Read it over.
Oh my gosh.
I'm like, at this point, I should just write it on my own, because that's only like when I'm really tired. Like, I really need to get stuff done, or it's like really late.
Yeah, no, for sure.
Yeah, read your emails and answer them. It's so much easier than like, because then you don't know what's going on in the email thread. Anyways, I digress.
No, I totally digress. Totally understand.
Especially
for sure.
Because I have so many students. I have 120 students at UT.
Yeah. If you don't remember, she's a professor.
And I'm getting like 50 emails a day at least. And half of them are the fucking global message. Do you remember those?
Oh my God. They would just send you like, I never read them.
They're like, there's food today in the cafeteria. And it's like, no,
send it every day.
No, yeah. So there's like particular
There's
ones.
French toast sticks this
I'm
morning.
like, actually, I'm glad I knew that.
That's good to know.
But yeah, I get, well, it goes out to everybody, right? So it's not like, it's fine. But it's something that like came back into my life after school. So I just started working there this past year, and then like I was telling my students today, those global messages really drive me crazy.
I understand.
But someone's got to be doing it. Someone's got to do it. No,
I bet every time they send an email, they're like, oh my God.
I just sent my 10th global message today.
And it's 9:03 in the morning.
Yeah.
That's so funny.
And you know everyone's deleting them.
That's so sad.
It's gonna suck. I want to know like the click-through rate.
They should like put some secret hidden message in there at the bottom, and then see like, come see. Well, that might be creepy, but like,
no, but like,
come find me to get $100 at the end of the day at this place, and see if like anyone shows up.
That's a great idea. Or like,
and then that's how they'll be like, that's why you should be reading your global messages.
That's marketing right there. That's some.
I try.
That's some strategic thinking. I'm going to tell my students that tomorrow. That's a great idea.
Yeah.
Tell whoever's running the global Then I have to do that all the time, but
that's so funny. But yeah, like, I mean, we had so much to do on top of swimming, and sometimes we had other obligations that were like student athlete oriented. Like both Jesse and I were in a committee, like the student athlete advisory committee too, where we'd have meetings on, I think it was like Sunday nights, every other Sunday night.
Yeah, every other Sunday night.
There's just a lot that was going on in those 4 or 5 years.
Yeah.
And I think about that, but then I also think about high school when like we would go to school for 8 hours a day. We'd swim in the morning, go to school for 8 hours a day, and then swim in the evening. I've thought about that too. Like, I guess part of it is, you wake up, you go to school, like what, high school's like what, 7 hours? Yeah.
I don't even remember, but you're there all day. First of all, that's a long day.
Very long day.
7 hours of school straight?
Oh, yeah.
What are they thinking?
And elementary and middle schools like that, too.
Yeah. That's a long
That's a really
time.
long day to be focused.
Like, no wonder I was an idiot coming out of high school.
Same. Actually, same.
And you're only interested in, like, certain, oh, gosh, yeah. And then, so I don't know about you, but, like, after high school, it depended on the time practice was, but I drove an hour for swim practice in high school. And so usually I would get home, or my dad would just pick me up from school, and we would drive directly from school to practice in the car.
Yeah.
And then you're there for maybe 2.5 hours if you have dry land.
Oh my God, dry land.
And if you don't, it's so funny that we call it dry land.
It's just like a workout on the land.
It's literally
on the pool deck, or like
There's I feel
dry
like
land.
Yeah. I never thought about because like we're so used to hearing it. Like we're gonna do 30 minutes of dry land, then we're gonna get in the water, and you're like, oh, okay,
no, but that makes sense.
We're gonna do burpees and jump ropes and
sit ups.
Jimmy had my 5th year of swimming. We hadn't had to do dry land in the mornings.
Oh,
so
beach body.
Yeah, I was the first class that did beach body, and I was a 5th year, and I was like, "Why are you doing this to me? We didn't do this for 4 years, and now you're making me run a 1.5 miles every Monday and Wednesday morning."
Oh, because you were distance.
Yeah,
right. Yeah, the distance group got smacked.
My old ass was jumping rope and.
Well, there were a couple times, and I don't know why.
400 IM.
Yeah, but I was going to say, sorry.
Let me hold space for you.
Thank you.
You have to give me a finger.
Sorry. But there were a couple times, and I think everyone did this, like sometimes on Fridays we would do stations in our practice in the afternoon. And I remember there was like a station where you had your shoes on, and you would swim a lap with your shoes on and then get out and run with your shoes on, then dive in with your shoes on. That's weird. I don't blame for people thinking that swimmers are weird, because if I walked by and saw well, there were times we were running in shoes with our swimsuit cap and goggles on around campus.
Yeah.
So
I know.
This is why we're looked at as a little odd.
It's odd. It is odd. I forgot we did that sort of thing. Yeah. And the trick to that, by the way, was to have really light shoes. Some people had like hefty shoes, and they're like, your legs are sinking.
That's so funny.
And that shit was exhausting. Oh my God. I kind of loved it. There's like,
'cause you were good at it.
I was.
You were totally good at it. You liked the running.
Me and Goldie got into it a bit, and then there was a few guys were not bad at it, but like, yeah, you'd put your shoes on, you would dive in, swim down, then here's what gets you: climbing out of the pool, like pushing yourself up. Yeah, you're just doing like your triceps and your shoulders like are dying, not only because you're dragging your body a length down the pool, then you're doing basically kind of a push up, not as hard a press up. I don't know. And then you're running down the other side, and you just keep doing that. I think we did a mile, so you had to do it 33 times.
Yeah, that's ridiculous. That's crazy.
If I had to do that now,
we should do it sometime.
We shouldn't.
Let's do it. Let's do it and film it in like time lapse.
Yeah, because it would be.
It would take us probably an hour.
I feel it.
Maybe more.
So funny.
I don't even know. Yeah.
Let us know if you guys would be interested in seeing me and Courtney do that.
Attempt
at a
to
pool.
do that at this ripe age.
Dude, if I had to do like a 200 butterfly right now.
Oh my gosh, I don't think I could do it.
I tried to do 100 butterfly in a long course pool at a camp. I was coaching at a camp up in Canada, and yeah, I almost died.
Yeah, it's so like, and it makes me so sad, because I used to like, I felt like I could just swim fly for the whole practice. Like, it wasn't like, obviously it was hard, but it wasn't as painful as it would be now. Like, I don't think I could finish a 50. And I'm like, that makes me so sad. Like, we used to be so good at swimming, and like the transition out of swim was hard too. Like, I just jumped to that. Sorry.
No, it is. But it is.
There's so many things like you don't realize, and I think that's why a lot of people don't swim after they're done, either because they're traumatized, or because it makes them sad. Like, it's so hard because you're swimming for nothing anymore. Like, you're swimming for yourself and your own health, whatever. Yeah. But like when you're training in college and high school, whenever, you're training for something. Like, you're training for a meet or like a time that you're wanting to get. And when you're swimming now, it's like you're not really going for a goal.
Right.
That was so dark.
No, I agree. And something I actually struggled with out of college was in the workplace, trying to find that same meaning and purpose in the work I did.
Yeah.
And like sitting at a computer job is so different than getting to work on you're not only working like physically hard, but you're working like yourself mentally, and you're growing and you're pushing yourself to your limits. And, but you're also surrounded by people who are pushing themselves towards a common goal.
It's so inspiring. Yeah. Like, you're surrounded by inspiration every day.
Yeah. And there's an excitement around being able to accomplish something that you've worked so hard towards. Mm-hmm. And I think it took me some time out of college to, one, it's just tough to not have that feeling anymore because there is like some like dopamine like chemical situation happening.
100%.
But also just in the workplace, like trying to figure out like what, I wouldn't say like, is the same feeling, but
what is my purpose?
Literally, like I have to show up every day and do something. And I've come out to found like it's mainly the people I work with or for like that creates that same kind of motivation feeling.
100%.
And
it's all like nice, it's weird. It's kind of like external validation. Like, because even swimming too, at times I felt like I was swimming for my coaches, or like swimming for that validation that I did something good. Like, I don't even know how to explain it, but that's, I guess, the same with work too.
I agree.
Working hard to impress your boss. Or
you always wanted the coaches to be proud of you too.
Oh yeah. That was literally one of the biggest motivators.
I agree. Especially like when like Jimmy would give you a big hug after a race.
And Phil.
Like they were so like proud of you. And I think part of it is like they know how hard you worked.
Mm-hmm. Well, they swam at UT too, so they know.
And they know how exciting it is to go a best time and to like see that work done. But like when you didn't do well, they were also kind of like I don't know if disappointed is the right word.
I feel like they would be disappointed for you. Like they obviously know that that's not what you wanted to do, and it's just there's nothing to really say when you have a bad race. You're like, it was bad. You don't really go up to the coaches after because you're like, what are they going to say?
Go sit in the locker room.
Cry in my goggles.
Yeah, usually like a teammate would find you or something.
Yeah.
But yeah, I like would never want to go see them, and it was almost just like a sense of like I kind of let them down.
Yes, and it wasn't even ever really felt like I let maybe sometimes I felt like I let myself down, but it was more like the coaches. Yeah. And I was like, oh my gosh, they're going to think lesser of me.
Right.
They think that I suck.
Yeah. They
want me off the team.
Yeah. I didn't score any points. Well, usually you and I were scoring points at some level, but like I feel like sometimes we were expected to
do better than we did.
Yeah, because we were NCAs. Both. Yeah.
So bad.
Fuck.
That's always bad. NCAs were bad for us, especially because we had like our conference. If anyone watching this knows swimming, like we have our conference meet maybe 3 weeks or 2, probably 3 weeks before NCAAs. And so you kind of taper for conference, and then you're just in this like limbo mode before NCAs. So either like hold the taper or re-taper. I don't know. So that never really worked for Jesse and I feel like we just kind of ate poop.
No. The only year I was doing well was COVID year that we got sent home.
Oh, yeah.
Because I went a 10:05 at conference. I went a best time in the 1,000. And then I went a 10:06.
Is that a train?
Huh?
Oh, no. Sorry.
Choo-choo.
Train. I thought I heard a horn. I'm so sorry.
We are near the road.
We are. Also, we can cut this part out.
I have shit in my teeth, don't I?
No.
Oh.
I was just going to say, I've been looking at your faucet, and my face looks so funny in the screen. Sorry.
That's so funny. I want to look.
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
It's so funny.
Dude, that's great.
Anywho.
Yeah.
I didn't mean to be checking myself out there.
No, that's funny. Could you imagine if I just turned this shit?
We missed the water.
Dude, that'd be so... I want to swim now. Turns on the faucet.
Let me go get my knee skin.
I know. Oh, yeah. I actually have some.
Knee skins?
Mm-hmm.
I have one.
I have like 4.
Wow. You should sell them.
I know.
That's insane.
I might just go drop them off at the pool and be like, they get them now for free. They get new knee skin. I don't want to talk about it.
I don't want to either in the gear.
But they get everything. Whatever.
I wanted to ask
you.
They
did get fast, so
they did get really
They got
fast.
pretty fast.
So fast. Did you ever have a really bad mental block while you were at University of Tampa? Like where you not plateaued, but like it was so mental. Like was there a point where it got too mental that you didn't want to do it anymore too?
Yeah, I would say it definitely was my 5th year, which is nice that it wasn't any of the 4 years that I swam in my undergrad. And I loved it so much that I was so ready to do another year.
Yeah.
But there was something about not having my class there, and then seeing like a new group of freshmen come in, just kind of fresh, obviously. But
fresh men.
Yes, ma'am.
Wow.
I know.
Learn something new every day.
There was another one that somebody told me the other day, and I was like, no fucking way.
It's like afternoon. It's after
Oh.
noon. Did you not know that?
No.
Because it's afternoon.
Duh.
Mind blown.
I said this about my dad and I were going to Chick-fil-A.
Chick-fil-A, yeah.
And I was like, "What are you going to get at Chick-fil-A?" And he was like, "I'm going to get a Chick-fil-A." And I was like, "Ha. Hilarious. What are you going to get?" And he was like, "I'm going to get a Chick-fil-A."
Stop. I didn't know that.
I was like,
"Oh my God. Chick-fil-A."
like a chicken
fillet.
Duh.
Wow.
I know.
I didn't know.
Same thing with Dunkin' Donuts.
Oh, yes.
I know
You're
that one kinda
dunking the
makes sense,
donuts.
but I was
That's
like,
crazy.
yeah.
That's so funny.
Anyways.
Now my frontal lobe has developed.
Right. This was the moment.
This is the moment right here.
I will always remember.
It might be.
Yeah. Sorry. I felt a tingling when mine happened, I feel like.
Oh, I haven't gotten the tingle yet.
Did you hear that?
Her tummy just... Are you hungry?
I don't know.
It is 7:17.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, so has there been a moment where you got... Oh, yeah, you answered.
I think my 5th year, but I never I always tried to work as hard as I could, but there came to a point where I was at swim practice and I wasn't hitting the times that I used to be able, that I was able to. And it's frustrating. I really wanted to power that
Frustrating.
There was a little squeak.
Frustrating. She's going still. Frustrating.
It was really frustrating. Yeah, it was. I remember one time.
That was funny.
Thanks. I don't know who. Oh, was Steph still coaching my 5th year?
No.
I don't know why I thought it was her, but
I wish.
I remember
that she was still there.
I know. I don't know what coach I don't know what coach asked me if I was okay, because I wasn't doing well. I wasn't making my times at practice. I went to the bathroom and just started crying.
It's the frustrating.
Yeah. And I came back out and I was like, I cannot do this today. I can't fucking do this today. Like, I am trying as hard as I can, and the more I keep going, the more frustrating this is getting, and it's making me sad.
Yeah.
Because it's so depressing, like, especially as you get older, it's really tough. I feel like I mean, my sophomore, junior year, I was like...
That totally makes sense, because also you don't want... It's a weird thing because you love your teammates and you're rooting for them, but you also are competing against them, so you don't want them to see you. Yeah. It's like, it's not embarrassing when you're not like making times, but you're like, I'm supposed to be good at this and I'm supposed to be better than these people, and like it's embarrassing to be seen like not at your best. It feels that way. Yes. It shouldn't feel that way, but it does.
Especially like if you're leading. I always led the lane.
Yeah.
Most of the time my teammates were like, well, you should go. You're the fastest one. And I'm like, I'm tired today.
You should go.
I would like to draft off of someone today if someone was open to that. Maybe, perhaps.
100%.
And like,
And then if you're leading and then you're like getting touched, you're like, you have to be like,
and you're like, do you want to go?
Do you want to go?
No, you're good. And I'm like, you better fucking go.
So true.
Go.
It's tough. It is so tough.
I remember Goldie, I won't say who, but I remember she got so mad one practice and she was like, go.
Oh, wait, I know this.
Go. And they're like, you're missing the interval. She's like, I'm not going until this person goes first. And I was like, she's not wrong.
It's frustrating.
It is.
That's so funny.
Oh God,
I could see her doing that.
It's so, I was like, but someone's got to fucking do it at some point. Hannah always wasn't afraid to do it.
Yeah.
And I feel like people didn't fight with her either. They were like, okay. Yep.
I wouldn't want to fight with Hannah.
No.
Not that she's mean or anything. She's a very sweet girl. But
like, go.
Gotta go. Totally. Swim etiquette.
How about you? When did you get... When did
depressed?
You feel...
Oh.
Yeah.
The
swimmer block.
I definitely had like a swimmer block in high school. And there were a lot of hard times at UT, but I think, oh gosh, I don't know. There were a lot of bad times. There were a lot of good times.
I do remember you.
My concussion, maybe.
Oh God.
It was at the beginning of my sophomore year. I was being silly on Canada Day, which is July 1st, and I got concussed. And swimming started at the end of August, and I was still concussed all the way up until end of October. So I couldn't, I was still swimming, but I had strict rules of what I could do and what I couldn't do. And so I could only swim for a little bit of time, and then I had to get out of the water while watching everyone else still swim, and it made me so sad. And I couldn't really go to weights sometimes. It was very limited on what I could do, and I think I didn't realize how much I loved swimming until I that sounds so sad, but till I literally couldn't do it, even though it was right there. It was frustrating because then I also kept pushing my limit, so it kept getting pushed back to when I could be back in the water fully, and that was just a really tough time.
Yeah,
it was just annoying.
It is really hard when you have a specific goal. I don't know what it is, and it's something that we wanted to talk about. I think your iPhone storage is full. God bless. Anyways.
Well, she made it to 29 minutes this time.
Nice.
Why couldn't she do that last time?
Sorry, that's true. We were talking about how we both started more competitive swimming around 10. Mm-hmm. And so we were we've built this kind of identity.
Identity. Really emphasize that one, did you? Identity. I loved it. Say it again.
Identity.
The first one was better.
Fuck.
More natural.
Yeah, it was. I was trying to remember how to say it in the middle of it. I was like, identity.
Identity. That's a weird word.
So odd.
Identity.
Yeah, but our identity was for so long was I always perceived my self-worth, and my fucking therapist asked me a few weeks ago.
What's
she
her
was
name?
like Denise.
Denise.
God, she sponsored one of the episodes.
Oh yes.
She didn't ask.
God
for
bless
it, though.
Denise.
And she was like, how do you describe like your self-worth? And I couldn't answer her, and now I'm having an aha moment because someone's eating chips in the kitchen. But even when you're like 12 and you don't do well,
that's messed up.
or you're sick, right, and you can't go to swim practice, or God forbid you're tired and you don't feel like going to swim practice, but you feel bad about missing practice, has been a part of like who I have been for so long.
And you're 11 years old. You should not be feeling that way. Like, you should not be letting a race that literally does not matter in any way to make you feel like you are like not enough. And that's what it felt like. It was so drama. Should have put the mic to that.
Oh God, don't breathe.
Seriously? Do you have spray? Oh my God! Bethy! Bethy, I need a break. I need a break. Help! Jesse, you stink. Did you just shart your pants? We'll clip this. Oh my God!
Or we should leave it in.
We could leave it in.
That's so funny. Ugh. And
Go! Wait, I'm not sitting up. Shit.
Sorry, I had the farts.
And I had to get out for a second.
Yeah, she inhaled it. She's like, I think I ate it.
I ate it.
Anyways.
Go! What were we talking about? Being depressed, swimming?
The self-worth.
Self-deprecating.
I'm trying to remember the first... Honestly, I don't know about you, but I had a really hard coach. My first club coach in swimming was really tough. His name was Gordy. I love him.
Okay.
He was great. He taught me everything I know about, like, he really prepared me to be like a very structured, like determined, like head straight, not only like in the pool, but like as an individual. Like, he really didn't take any shit, even if you were 10, which I actually really appreciated as I've gotten older. Yeah. But if you did not swim well, he did not talk to you. Even as a kid, as like a 10, 11-year-old. Yeah. You would get the cold shoulder. And I think that's for me where that shifted. Swimming was like this fun thing, and then it became this very weirdly serious thing.
Oh, and it happens like that too.
Yeah, you're like, oh, this shit matters to other people too, or
yeah. Oh yeah, that's so crazy.
Did that ever happen to you?
Yeah, I mean, my first coach that I had, like competitive coach, was definitely a hard ass. As a joke, he would like pour hot coffee on us when we were doing dry land if we weren't doing good enough, or like
as a joke.
He would pretend like it was hot coffee, but it wasn't.
Oh, okay. I was
he would throw plastic chairs in the pool at us. In the winter, he would go out and get snow and like throw snowballs at us, like to make fun. But he was definitely a hard ass. Like, if it was all about working hard. Like, if you worked hard, then you were in the safe zone. And he was probably like the best coach I could have had growing up because of that. Like, it made me want to work hard. But then again, I also felt like I was swimming for him a lot of times. Then he started dating my mom, and they're still together.
Oh.
Yeah, my swim coach became my mom's boyfriend, and they're still together.
That's crazy. I knew that. Yeah. I knew that. Wow.
Something fishy going on the pool deck, let me tell you. kind of crazy.
Oh my goodness gracious.
The tea was hot back in the day. Like,
no kidding.
It was so crazy because I will just say I was one of the favorites.
Fair to say.
Well, fair to say. I had to be. And
Yeah.
I remember, like, I was maybe like 9 or no, I think I was 11 when they started dating. And, like, my friends would be like, oh, you're the favorite. Or not my friends, but
Yeah.
they'd be like, oh, you're just the favorite because he's dating your mom. And I was like, well, maybe. But
seems warranted. Also, I'm pretty good, so that helps.
But, like, stemming off of that, this is kind of off topic, but there's a lot of, like, swim cest, if you want to say, because I feel like there's, especially with just, like, swimmers, because no one else gets your schedule like swimmers do. You know what I mean?
Nobody.
Wanna see us together,
But it don't matter, no, 'cause I got you, babe.
That song doesn't really make sense in this situation, but yeah, that was just a side comment I wanted to
Yeah,
say.
it's scary, especially in college.
A lot of room for drama.
That's
We'll leave it at that.
that's a whole thing.
It's something I wish we could talk about, but probably not.
Yeah, probably
It would be a little bit messy.
I feel like we were always sideline drama. Like, you and I just kind of, like, observed, but everybody yours was, like,
my senior year.
I think you talked about this in the anxiety episode.
Oh,
right?
yeah, maybe.
Yeah, I think you mentioned it.
A guy that I dated in college, we swam, like, he swam on U Tampa too, and then we broke up at the same time that my best friend who swam and her boyfriend who swam broke up. So there were, like, 2 breakups happening at once. So it wasn't like the guys and girls were the bestest of friends in that moment, I'll just say.
It was just something I really want to talk about, but I don't know if I can. Also, you're going to see me in the video. I'm, like, rubbing I still get those knots in my upper.
Oh, dear.
My upper, like, up here.
Do you
remember
need help?
them really bad?
Yeah.
And
Are you
so,
stressed?
I think so. But
Oh,
I'm, like,
dear.
rubbing it on the tub.
Try and get back there.
Yeah, that's.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
I know. I know. I need a massage. It feels good, though. Yeah, like what is this? The scapula? Is that what that's called?
Spatula?
Like right below the traps,
Oh.
right? Oh my god.
I don't know.
Yeah, I need a massage. That was great.
Yeah.
But
I try.
your senior year when I was a 5th year.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and I was kind of just like disassociated, me and Lisa.
You were in your own kind of world.
Me and Lisa was older, and we were living together, and we were like kind of just done with everybody else. I don't know. We were on the team. We worked hard, and we were, I don't know. We just were older and not really dealing. We were very on the sidelines of the drama that was happening with the swim team, which was like, for some reason, the men's team was like, kind of. And I'm sideline. I'm like, I was cool. I was Switzerland. Like, I was friends with everyone.
Totally, yeah.
But there was a war for sure. For dumb reasons. The fact that, like, 2 of the senior guys and 2 of the senior girls broke up. And I can see how that kind of trickles down.
Right.
But to be honest, it really wasn't. The girls, we kind of just, have you met her?
Well, okay. No, I will say that I was definitely dramatic about the situation. I wasn't a fan of how things were unfolding post breakup, I guess. So
right, fair.
I am a very emotional person, so I was just like, and I felt like the whole situation was just emphasized because we had to see everyone every day, morning, night. You know, you're with each other all the time.
This is
so
true.
It was, I was definitely very dramatic about it, and I could have handled it better. But
no, I think
I still.
But it wasn't just you.
No.
And yeah, it takes 2 to tango, I guess. You know, that sort of thing.
Yeah. Right. Like, there was just some lack of respect from the guy's side, I feel like.
Yeah. I remember the coaches pulled in all the seniors to their office. And it was the end of practice, and me and Lisa were like, well, we're going to go home, drink some wine, we're going to eat some dinner. And Jimmy comes out, and he goes, let's go. And we're like,
seniors, in my office.
Yeah.
Now.
And I go, I'm like, shit. Do I have to join this? Because technically, we're not.
I'm Switzerland.
Yeah. I'm like, we're like not even seniors. We're like, you know.
Yeah. Super seniors.
He was like, get in there. I was like, all right. So we get in there and we get the spiel and whatnot.
Yeah.
And I remember I said, and I was just sitting there watching. And I remember I said to you guys, and I don't even know if it left like any sort of impact, but I was like, because you were the class below me, and I was like, when you guys came in, you changed the team in the best way, and you added so much positivity and light to the team, and it's true. It's interesting how you kind of grow up with these people, and not only like do you start dating them, but like they kind of become like you see each other.
They're your family
all the time.
Yeah.
You become a family, like
for sure.
For real. And you grow up together from like, you know, you're 18, you know,
to 22
to 21, 22, and you go through a lot together.
Oh my gosh, yeah. And I will say, like, in the end, we were all completely fine with each other. Like, it was just a hot moment for a second, but you know, family fights, and in the end, like, everyone's good.
I didn't have
for everyone.
as much of a blow up with my class, but I had a hard time. And if they're watching, they know what I mean. It's not like I have to explain this, but a lot of them were just fucking done.
Yeah.
A lot of and that was tough for me, especially as captain, and like having to like rope everyone in and get them excited and encouraged to like be there, right?
Right.
And it's not always fun and exciting, but that was kind of my job.
Yeah.
And especially as seniors, you kind of have to show up and put on an act.
Yeah, you're like, oh, I'm so excited to be here. We get to be here.
Yeah, we get to be here.
We probably felt that way maybe 5 times the entire year.
Yeah. But my men's seniors were just
checked out.
Checked out. And it made it really tough. Luckily it didn't. We all got along, but it definitely impacted like
how you.
I hate to say, but like this kind of the success of like the men's team in a way, which I think is something they're doing really well now.
Oh yeah,
which I've recognized is like their ability to be really excited and like really hyped up and loving the sport and supporting each other, and that was just something that was missing in my class. But granted, it's like you have to love what you're doing. You have to enjoy it every day.
Yeah.
And I think now that I've stepped away from it, when you're in it, it's hard to like have a perspective on it.
It is hard.
But now that I've been out of it, I totally, especially because I loved the sport so much. I'm like, how can you hate this? How can you hate this? This is the best. I'm going to come back next year. And then I was like, oh, I get it.
Yeah.
I'm done.
Yeah. When you're done, you're done.
I remember I was telling Sarah Kellett that I was like, I am done. I'm just done. I'm so tired.
She's probably like, I've been done.
Yeah. It just took me one more year to get to that point. But I got there.
But you know what? It's good that you did that extra year, because I think that if you didn't, you'd always be wondering what if.
I agree.
Like, why did you regret it?
I agree.
You'd 100% regret it.
Yep.
I felt like I wasn't really at a place where I was completely done, but I was done.
Yes.
There was no need for me to take another year.
That's the best way to do it too, I think.
I just knew that if I did do it, it would have ruined it for me.
Yes.
The ending.
Yes.
I don't know.
I think it's almost like you want to leave it on a positive note, or just kind of leave it where it can be. And part of me doing a 5th year, I realized I was searching for that next gratification within my sport, and I'd already kind of reached what I wanted, and I was ready to do more, but I just didn't get there, and it kind of left me disappointed at the end. But
for sure,
but
also,
I wouldn't take it back.
No,
I wouldn't.
No,
I would not take it back.
The fact that you did 5 years of college swimming is insane. Like, you should be so proud of yourself.
Oh my gosh. Stop.
And concerned.
Yeah,
Why would you put yourself
crazy.
through that? That's wild.
They did pay for my master's degree. Am I allowed to say that?
Yeah, you had scholarship.
Like, God bless. Like, I don't know what I would do with that. That's part of it too, is like, I still love it. I love Tampa swimming.
I love it so much.
I appreciate everything that it's done for me and brought me, and being able to go to school now there and now teach there.
Yeah.
Fucking love that place. Can't get enough of it.
Right?
I was like, I think I'll just go back. We both worked there.
I worked there too. Got my master's because I didn't.
Yeah,
really
you
wanna
got your
leave.
master's there.
But that's so true. Like, Tampa swimming gave us so much, and it gave us each other. That was what it, like, the best is that
true.
It gave us like a lifelong family and friends.
So
like,
true.
I love it.
I do.
Yeah.
Even though, it's the best.
I feel like I'm giving a senior speech right now.
This was the longest my senior speech was so bad, by the way.
No, it wasn't.
Ugh.
I felt like mine was bad. I didn't shed a tear.
I started blubbering like an
have.
idiot.
I just remember in mine, I was like, yeah, Jesse showed me how to use crystals to manifest. And everyone was like, ha ha, Jesse, you're so weird. You were like, thanks, Courtney.
Yeah. I was like, don't knock it till you try it.
Don't knock it till you try it.
Yeah.
But yeah, speaking of senior speeches at the end, we should wrap this thing up. It's at 50 minutes.
Holy schmoly.
Look how time flies when we're talking about something that we care about a lot.
We got to film that video of us running back and forth, or like doing a race.
Maybe that'll be good for us. I need to get back into shape or something. Swim shape.
Gosh,
I went on Tuesday.
You went at 5. That's the.
It was tough.
I can't do that.
It was tough. But
all right, we'll leave you with that. You guys have any questions?
Got any questions? What's going on over
questions?
there?
Are you okay?
You boogie? It's a bug! No!
Oh wait, no, it's not.
Oh. Well, if you have any questions, please comment down below and like and subscribe to hear more.
Share with your friends, please. Share it
with everybody. Okay, we're trying to make a living.
I'm gonna
we can
fart
cut
again.
that. We're done.
All right, namaste.
Namaste. Bye. Oh my God, Jesse. Oh my, you gotta stop. That's too much. Oh my God.